don't mind, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So. Good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hey there. Good morning. I'm glad that we have kind of a nice, comfy group today because it's going to allow us to really dig in and to experiment and to try out some live casting and screencasting today. Most of us has done some screen recordings, screencasting. If you use tools like Camtasia, use tools like Kaltura, maybe even TechSmith Relay would be another example. Screencast-O-Matic would also be an example of types of screencasting. And at some point or another, we've probably all been involved in webinars where we've used our webcam and either recorded that session or had that session recorded by somebody else. And we're able to see the archive of it. But what's live casting?
I don't know for sure.
That's great. That's why I'm here today, to tell you what live casting is. Live casting is the actual live broadcast of an event. And in some instances, you may want to actually live cast your event or an experience that you're participating in. And there's some tools out there. Now today is going to be kind of a light introduction to the technology. We're not actually going to get into and figure out how to register all the accounts. But it will start to pique your interest in it, and then we can follow up and work individually on how to get everybody online, how to set up your devices so that you can live cast. Typically, there's a few things required before you can live cast. The first thing is we need to have an account with a streaming media service. And probably the most famous streaming media service that's out there is YouTube. Now, YouTube, several years ago, actually started to flip the switch. Instead of being an on-demand, so you go in, you find the video you want, you click it, to start to offer a service that was called live streaming, where you could have a live event. Well, we know that within the last 3 years, a lot of other apps started jumping on the bandwagon. So now you can go live with Facebook, you can go live on Instagram now, you can go, certainly Snapchat, it was always designed for that, to be a live recording of yourself or live broadcast of yourself. So there's lots of other things that are taking place in regards to live casting that has really become so extensive in their offerings that it's eclipsing the number of viewers for live cast over the internet from broadcast TV. An example of that would be a channel called Twitch. Have you ever heard of Twitch?
I have not.
If you have a teenage child who's into video gaming, then Twitch is a big deal for them. And so Twitch now actually has had some events where they have had 10 million live concurrent viewers watching a single stream.
Wow.
Is that not insane?
That's crazy.
Now, 10 million live viewers, can you imagine what happens then? Advertising dollars start to pour in. The infrastructure starts to be built because it becomes a broadcast medium like cable television, like streaming shows like Netflix. It's commanding those kinds of viewers and those kind of eyes, and especially demographics that a lot of advertisers find to be a high revenue generating age group. So let's admit it, if you're in the position where you've got maybe a $1,500, $1,800 gaming computer and you've got, you know, a $600 monitor and you know, you're buying these games, they're $60, $80 a piece, that's a fair amount of disposable income, and most advertisers want to try to tap into that dollar amount right there. So in the early days, being able to stream and live stream was fairly expensive. And it would cost organizations tens of thousands of dollars to live stream an event. I remember there were a couple events that I was involved in the early days of streaming media. One was the Drum Corps International World Championships. We were the first organization with the company that I was the director of education for, Mars Music. My team live streamed the first DCI championships ever back in 1999, which is really in the infancy of streaming media. But then also we live streamed a performance of Metallica from Candlestick Park. And as you can imagine, that was one of the things at the time that practically broke the internet. Now, of course, I will tell you that our budget.
It was Ralph.
Huh?
I thought Ralph broke that.
Ralph did break the internet, but he did it a little bit differently. I did see that movie recently. It was really pretty funny.
Is it good?
It was good. It was good.
It's in the up and down.
I remember that our budget for streaming that Metallica concert was about $250,000. And it required trucks that uplink the signal to the internet. And now you have that same power that we had back then in your smartphone. And if you do a search right this second on YouTube for Randy DeWitt, a live stream is going to come up of my presentation right now, and I'm streaming live right through YouTube. And now, with live streaming, you will notice that there is a slight delay, and it depends on your connection. So if you go into any device you have, on any computer, whatever, and you find my channel there, it'll have live stream, and you'll see me standing up here, and eventually you'll hear start playing, and you'll tap into that live stream, and you'll see me. And I would say the delay might be anywhere from 2 seconds to 6 or 8 seconds. It could be, right? So how much latency is in the live stream here? About 5 seconds.
Yeah, seems like
About 5 seconds. So now I'm just live streaming through an app that is created by a group, an organization. It's called the Open Broadcasting Software, OBS, and it's one of the links that we have in our presentation here today. But can you imagine the power of being able to be someplace where you could live stream and even tell your students ahead of time, hey, if you can be here, click into my stream at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, because I'm going to be at a special presentation with these renowned experts, and I'm going to be live streaming from my phone. I'm going to be giving color commentary.
his name.
Just YouTube and then Randy DeWitt.
You know, another place that I sometimes teach at, talking about having something like this in the classroom, so that there could be the classroom, and if you either couldn't be a class or you could be remote at a satellite location and have another 20 people, and it would be like being in the classroom because you're right there.
Well, can I tell you something right now that is really amazing? If you're logged in with your YouTube account, you actually could chat with me, and I could have a student or someone there moderating that chat to answer those questions remotely.
But when you say chat, you mean type?
Yeah, typing in. They'll be able to type in. Now, that is really incredibly popular for, like I said, that Twitch channel that a lot of gamers are using. Now, when I tell you, Twitch is owned by Amazon. So it wasn't always owned by Amazon.
Imagine that.
But can you imagine that? Who owns all of the servers that run the cloud in the world? What do you think, Microsoft? What do you think, Apple? Or the iCloud? You think Google?
Google is what I would guess.
It's Amazon.
Is it?
And if you use Apple iCloud, it's Amazon servers. If you use Microsoft, it's Amazon servers. So the majority of Amazon's profits do not come from the sale of things. They come from serving up and letting people rent their servers. So for web, it's really an incredibly profitable business for them, and they have dominated because they've become so incredibly good at it. So Jeff Bezos, if you're out there watching my live stream, way to go, guy. So having said that, I'm going to go ahead and stop this, and what you'll notice if you stay on that stream is that after just a short period of time, it is now archived so that anyone who missed the must-see TV portion of being live with me, they can now go back and hit play and watch the archived recording of this. So, goodbye everyone. Thank you for showing up today. And so up here it says right now, it's still recording, it says, do I want to finish the event? Do I want to keep active? So if I go keep active,